Oh, actually, there's a problem.
What's the problem?
I hear the game doubling back, and I hear my voice doubling back.
Sweet. It's probably because you have Twitch going.
Oh, wow. You're probably right.
This is our intro, by the way.
This is our
This is
intro.
how we start. This is this
This is how
evening.
we go.
What's up,
This is
everybody?
The technical difficulties.
Welcome
Well, now
to
that
Play
we've
the Hits
driven
where fucking
any
anything
kind of
goes.
engagement in the future YouTube video away, welcome back to Play the Hits.
Sweet.
This is Max, hopefully finishing out Haster's Lair and Mischief Makers. How you doing tonight, buddy?
You always did know how to finish the ass.
I
Ter's
did.
lair. Marina.
Oh, shoot. She's dead.
Oh, God, I wasn't ready for that. There's Mai Tai in my nose. Oh, shoot. She's dead. I just fucking look at her. She's dead. She stays that way.
Hey, I wouldn't mind playing as, what do you call it, for the rest of the game. I mean, yeah, I would. He's
Yeah,
pretty slow.
he's
But he has a nice triple jump.
Yeah, he does. It just doesn't look cool like Marina.
Also, am I supposed to know this kid with the Santa hat?
I mean,
feel like
you've,
there's-
you've
He's one
beaten
of the
the
kids,
asses
right?
of so many Santa hat kids in this game that who can tell anymore?
Yeah, I'm not trying to sound insensitive, but all the Clancers look the same to me.
They
Like,
do, and that is
they-
not insensitive to say.
It's kind of, they all need a hat, but all these guys have the Santa hats. I feel like they're trying to make stakes, but I don't care. The main character's down, so now I'm just playing as one of the guys that I tend to kill.
What was that old
Whatever.
Family Guy bit where Peter Griffin is going through Chinatown and he goes, "Look, it's Jackie Chan. Oh my God, it's Jackie Chan."
That's
Oh,
oh my god! Didn't someone do that at the end of the episode too, where it's like, but
And then it actually was Jackie Chan. Yeah.
Or it was like, look, it's Jake Gyllenhaal. Look, it's Jake Gyllenhaal or something.
Oh yeah, like a white guy, or it's
It's like-
Matthew Perry.
It's mad, something like that.
God, is there? Who's a better white guy than Matthew Perry?
A better white guy.
A better white guy.
Who is the best white guy?
Who do we want to represent all white guys?
Eminem?
Yeah, we could do worse than Eminem.
That's true.
I mean, substantially worse when you think about it.
I'm invincible.
This might disconnect the whole stream, but I'm going to go ahead and say, fuck you, CC Cleaner. Sweet. It's still going.
Oh, CC Cleaner.
They do pop-ups on my main monitor.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they don't disturb the stream, but it's
Yeah,
annoying
that's
as
on
shit.
Addie's.
Because
Addie's laptop too.
and I use it. I mean, it's a good program, but the ads are ridiculous. Oh, damn, I forgot this guy does kick ass.
He has this fucking move. I love that shit.
Jesus! Marina's wasting her time grabbing and shaking. This guy's fucking throwing
This guy's
haymakers at
kicking
everybody,
ass.
right? Bombs? No, fuck you. Dragon kick. Kill him. Don't let him kill.
Kill
Very
him.
good.
No,
I love that
there's no mercy.
I love that they make
There's
them
no
beg for mercy, though.
in this dungeon.
It's so great. So, how was your weekend, baby?
It was, you know what? It was pretty. Wow. It was pretty good. It
Nice.
was. Yeah. What did I do? Jesus. Friday. God, I don't even remember what I did with my weekend. You know what? It's,
Good way to perfectly synchronize that run, by the way.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
That was nice. Sorry, what were you saying there?
Oh, nothing. Like, literally, what did I do over this weekend? I can't even remember.
I sat in a
Like,
chair and I stared. Sat into the
now I'm
void.
worried, like, if I should do save. You know what? I'm going to do save states.
Do save states, man. Fuck everything.
Because now I'm looking at something like this and it's,
They put the rightful king of
There we go.
America in jail. I mean, come on.
oh my god, yeah, I was going to say, like,
Well, not in
nothing's
jail
happening
yet,
in
but-
politics. Is it? Like, I
God,
noticed our Mega Man and Bass stream, like, we didn't talk politics at all, which is a
no,
little
which is
weird.
kind of off-brand for us.
Yeah, and I guess we could do it again because nothing's happening. Like,
No, of course not. Not a single damn thing. Okay, you can triple jump that shit? You did it.
I did it,
Alright.
whatever it was.
What was it? Oh yeah, I don't know I don't know about you, but I'm ejaculated multiple times to Donald Trump's mugshot.
I was gonna say pretty much literally those exact words. It's like I was waiting for this.
Finally. Though apparently I'm not the only one, because did you see that guy on Fox News who's like, no, I'm a heterosexual male, but I gotta say, this picture of Trump, he looks good and he looks hard.
Oh my god! Wow.
Like, what the fuck was that?
People are like, they sim for him.
Oh my
Like,
god!
that's the thing. It's like,
heinous.
it is such like projection where it's just like, oh, you're president. Do you see he's falling asleep at this thing? And it's just like, Biden's not like, I'm not a simp for Biden. He's not my guy, but you are a simp for Trump. Like,
Seriously.
it's like he can do to like Biden, he can fuck up and I'll call him out on it like all the time.
Yeah, sure.
But anyone who's like a fan of Trump, like he can do no wrong.
Right.
Everything he does is some calculated move or something.
The thing that you just were joking about was that his visit to Maui.
No, what did I just make a joke about?
I thought you said something about like him falling asleep or something.
Oh, Biden?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think someone mentioned that, and he falls asleep places. But he's old.
But that's the thing, though. Yeah, of course, he has the right to. But
the Maui thing, I don't know if it's true.
No, the Maui thing wasn't true. He was literally having a moment of prayer. Like, it was actually a really somber moment. And they're like, I fucking fell asleep at Maui. Would you rather he, like, fucking throws out paper towels like basketballs? Is that what you want? Because I seem to remember your guy doing that. Oh, shit. I think you have to throw her or punch her.
I have to punch her, but...
Try punching her.
The gold gem is some...
Oh, I see what you do.
The blue doesn't explode, apparently.
Oh, good. Come on, you punch that one.
Is she just dancing?
She's waiting. He can't grab, right? No.
No, he can't grab. He can kick ass.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he can.
No,
Damn.
You stay there. No,
Damn.
you stay there.
Damn, son. You don't give a fuck about anything, do you?
What was she planning on doing? Like,
is she dead already?
She's dead.
Damn, dude.
What did she expect?
Holy shit. You're a straight murderer. Look at this.
He doesn't need to be Block Man at all. He's just he's dead.
Escape from... I think you're dead, too, though.
He's
I don't
just
see
fucking
you.
dead.
I don't see you on the screen anymore.
Found Mr. Health.
Oh, that's right. That's how you heal Marina.
Wait,
that's right.
Is that the end of...
I think you got one more stage while she's recouping.
Okay. Or...
Oh, maybe not. No? Okay, cool. Well, guess that was that. Good job, Max. It's tough to be a man. I want to cry.
Same.
Shit, dude. This game was ahead of its time.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, man, that was fucking... he got real for a second. But now Marina shows up and he has to be like ultra-conservative man again.
Right.
That was close. Maybe this bitch almost saw my feelings. That would have been fucking gay, right?
Oh my god. Don't call me a gorilla, I'm the Sasquatch. Oh my... I feel like this guy, or maybe that's Lunar I'm thinking of, it's like Fight with Honor, or maybe it's Marco. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of them's like straight Rubicante.
Who did we decide this guy looks like last episode? It's gonna drive me nuts.
He does look like so. Oh
shit! I guess we're doing this.
He's right.
Oh crap!
Oh, you know what? I just remembered how to fight him.
You're not Punchy Man anymore.
Grabbing those is definitely possible, but it's kind
like
of
a
impossible.
Split second, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go. Go fucking rocks.
Okay. I don't know if it's Gutman rules where I have to like be off the ground, but it's not going to hurt anything to do it. Ow, man! Do I have to get behind him?
Maybe.
Dude,
so the last thing I'll say politically, I guess, because it's still like developing and I don't really care to make this the entire evening's conversation though, but did you see fucking Joe McCarthy's tweet about the whole Trump indictment? The latest one?
No, Joe McCarthy? Mm-mm.
Yeah. So he fucking got on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck they want to call it now, and he goes, this is a tremendous abuse of power by the Biden administration. Hillary Clinton, to this day, still insists that the 2016 election was stolen from her, and I don't see her going to jail.
Wow.
Oh my fucking god,
These
dude.
fucking people.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're building, like, these false equivalencies. So the conservatives say, oh, so Hillary did the same thing. Remember how she led all those riots and got 3 people killed?
Was that it?
Yeah, I guess so. He's just a bitch.
I guess throwing him when he didn't look like he was taking damage. Maybe he was taking damage.
Yeah, maybe.
Who does he look like? Yeah.
Or maybe he's
there's
just really
something about
fucking
his
weak.
face.
He might just be
Maybe
really
it's like
fucking
2
weak.
hits.
Just a weak dude. We'll meet again someday. I'm gonna predict like 2 levels from now, but
Right. And then I fucking bury him.
yeah, seriously, what the fuck,
It's
Marina?
just like, killing you's not my style. Well, bye.
She is like insanely hardcore when you look at some of her actions in this game.
Oh, I do know this stage.
Oh, King Aster. I remember this
Oh,
asshole.
and he's just coming out of nowhere. Hey.
What's
Bad,
up,
bad
baby?
ghosts.
It's me, King Aster.
But yeah, and it was like the day before. It was almost, as far as like the Trump, not indictment, but when he went to turn himself in Georgia.
Yeah.
The day before was almost better just because seeing fucking Rudy Giuliani.
Oh my god.
What's the lawyer's name? Not Susan.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
But
about.
it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Did I just throw a
Well, then who's
flower
the
in
third
there?
one? The blonde lady, like who's not taking this seriously at all. Like she's got that
Oh, the one
shit-eating
who's smiling.
grin. Yeah, like because she knows
can't
she's gonna
remember.
get away with this, and it's not
Of
gonna
course.
like all it's gonna do is rally the GOP behind her. It's really frustrating.
Yeah.
But at this point, honestly, like if there's actual consequences for Trump's, I hate to say nothing else matters, but that matters more.
Yeah. That's true.
And there's still a part of me that's like dreading when all this actually goes to court, like he is gonna somehow get away with everything again. And then like what is left? What is there to do? Like when the judicial system just says, yeah, essentially he didn't do
He's
anything
above
wrong.
the law, basically,
like-
is what they're saying.
Like that is my worst fear right now. And it's not even Trump. Like the idea of any citizen of this country being functionally above the law because of either fear or money or God knows what else. Like I just hate it so much, man.
Yeah. And that's no matter what, they say as the reason, we all know what it's going to be. The thing is, if there's no wrongdoing found, and I know it's like innocent before proven guilty.
Yeah, but I mean, he did all this shit on camera, right?
He's admitted to some. I mean, he's on. How much more evidence do you need when you have like voice recordings and shit?
Right.
I think he was kind of brazen about it because he did figure like, as president, you have special, like he was so obsessed with pardoning, because he could pardon like anyone who he thought was loyal to him. It's
And
just
honestly,
like,
that's really the goal here is seeing if he can ride this thing out into a second term and then pardoning himself. Like,
Yeah.
I cannot imagine a more sinister abuse of power, but I guess we'll see.
they've already said, like, how many people have written books who were in his campaign saying, like, that he was talking about pardoning himself.
Yeah, like, preemptively.
Like, or preemptively pardoning, like, his family,
Mhm.
and people convinced him that it wouldn't look good, which is like, well, yeah, no shit, none.
But at this point, though, it's almost like, oh, who's the villain on The Boys? You know what I'm talking about? The
Homelander?
Yeah, Homelander. At this point, it's almost like Homelander. Like, he really doesn't have to give a fuck anymore because his supporters have just proven that no matter what he does, he is their one true Lord and God. I mean, like,
Right.
I mean, honestly, like, religion
No.
doesn't mean shit. The Constitution doesn't mean shit. They're calling him a king. Like, have you seen their Twitter feeds? Like, people unironically calling him the rightful king. Like, doesn't that
Wow.
terrify the shit out of any other American right now?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Like the idea that we could have a monarchy and one that's headed up by a man who's extremely transparently self-interested.
yeah. It's...
Like what's King Donald gonna do for you? Seriously,
Why
what's
do
he
you
gonna
think
do?
he cares about you? Like...
And honestly, like, I've been thinking about that too. I don't think they've tricked themselves into thinking he cares. I think they admire how little he cares.
I think you're right. Most of them.
I think to them it's like, hey, I can't get away with this shit in my everyday life, but here's this guy with a whole bunch of money who can, and I get to be part of his movement, right? Like I get to see how far the boundaries can be pushed along with him.
I see on Reddit a lot is people talking like they say most people who think like this, they're just temporarily inconvenienced millionaires.
Right.
They're just like, yeah. And I think that's how a lot of people think of themselves, like unironically. It's like, yeah, if I just, once I get my act together, it's really stupid.
It's sad. It like I joke about it a lot, and don't get me wrong, like these people, I'll say what Hillary Clinton wasn't allowed to say. They absolutely are deplorables and should not have the right to input anything. If their impetus for voting is that craven, they shouldn't have an equal voice, because they're using that voice for destructive purposes. And which is, again, another reason I would never be president or any kind of politician either, because I don't think I could restrain myself. I would say, like, I don't think you should have a voice.
But these days, I'm wondering if that'll play well with like young people, where they would actually, like, if someone.
I know myself, and I know my id.
Yeah,
I think I would go full Homelander.
I don't know. I feel like if
Homelander, but I'd be like super liberal Homelander, but still Homelander.
Yeah, ends justify the means.
Right, I'd just be the devil you knew.
Oh shit. I kind of wish someone would just be like on a debate stage or something and just call out bullshit and say it's bullshit,
Right. Like I want to see someone like not necessarily go completely off the rails, but just like throw up their hands and say, like, who the fuck crafted this question? Are you insane?
Yeah, right.
Like, do you not see what we're up against here? Fuck that, and fuck everything that you're saying right now.
I mean, I think, oh, damn it.
Oh, no.
I think a lot of Republican candidates, like even the last debate, I caught the highlights basically. Okay, no, go away.
Dude, the one
and it is a lot of
off,
like dodging the question. Like,
it's not even dodging the question. It's not dodging the question. It's completely changing the vernacular. Like, the question was something really mundane, like, what would you do to curb inflation? And I'm pretty sure this was DeSantis. He responded, I would march right into Fauci's office and say, you're fired. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't. But
they asked him what he would do to curb inflation. So let's break this down.
That just sounds like he was confused.
But let's break it down, though. Like, the question was inflation, right? It's a problem. It's a real problem. How would you, in the seat of highest authority... I know, right? Just leave him with all the ghosts. In the seat of highest authority, use that authority to help make things more bearable for the American people. Mm-hmm. He not only disregards the question, but then centers it on Fauci, who, one, doesn't have a rat's scrotum to do with the economy, and two, is retired. Like, does not hold an office right now. But
it's a buzzword. Everyone remembers.
But that's
Fauci.
The thing. You're right. It's a buzzword, and it's like not even a clever buzzword. He just said, "I would go fire Fauci," and he got applause. Max, he got applause for that.
Yeah, I don't trust.
I don't trust the system.
People.
I don't trust the voter base anymore. Like, right. and the thing is, like, it's a double frustration, because one, you have this group of people that says, hey, you can't trust me. I want to dismantle society as we know it and crown Donald Trump king. And then the second part of that is you have a conservative media base that demands that we live in this fantasy zone where we're taking both sides equally seriously. It's like, yes, okay, Well, Joe Biden says that the ticket to curbing inflation is to level out the housing market and invest in electric infrastructure to create new jobs. Donald Trump says we should fuck a cactus and then go lick a monkey's nutsack while Hillary Clinton rots in jail. Discuss. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, and it's almost like being... Like, I try not to watch much of the news. I read things that... I look at the headlines and I'm like, okay, this is something I kind of think is important and want to know about. but like I just don't watch news cycles anymore because it's. I feel like I'm being gaslit around the clock.
Yeah,
I really do, and like not just even like the ultra conservative ones, but even like the ones that I generally turn to as reliable sources. It's just like constant. This is it. This is the big one, and like I can't keep investing myself. But like either this is what's going to destroy society, or this is finally going to be the one where Trump and his cohorts get their comeuppance. Like I don't want to get too invested.
I get you. It's probably not good for your health.
No, it's been really bad for my mental health. Like I had to take stock. Like a year and a half ago, I quit Facebook.
Oh yeah?
And mostly. Like I'll still like sign on occasionally to see if anybody has messaged me or posted a picture or something like that. But I never comment or post or anything like that. And the reason was because like I did some introspection and I realized I was becoming insanely, like almost obsessively bitter and cynical. Like nothing but just like political vitriol and even if it was what I considered at the time to be constructive or relevant, one, it didn't inspire any meaningful discourse, and two, it was just me venting into the wind with people who, like, I love these people. Like, if you're still my Facebook friend, it's because I genuinely care about you. But, like, just couldn't care less about this facet of my life, if that makes any sense. And that's okay, because that's their prerogative as citizens, too. But I just realized, like, man, I am wasting my time. I'm wasting others' time. And, like, this is just not constructive to anything.
And you're back. Yeah, and I'm back. Okay.
We know.
This is not an annoying stage whatsoever.
Where you literally have to grab every star just to see where the fuck it goes.
I think so.
But yeah, like that was kind of my social media awakening, I guess. Like just realizing that it's just perpetuating this cycle of essentially me being miserable about the state of the world.
Yeah.
Now I can vent about it on Play the Hits with you.
Now, is that okay? Like, I think hopefully it's not stressing you out to talk about it with me.
No.
It is kind of a vent fest.
No,
and I feel like
I know that you and I are extremely aligned politically, so
yeah,
like it's more just like, hey, what the fuck did you think about this shit?
Right? Yeah. Did you see this shit? Yeah.
Did you see this fucking shit?
Oh my god! But also, yes, the mugshots were amazing.
Oh god, they really were. Because even if it doesn't amount to anything, yeah, like the fact is, they still had to have those taken. They had to go into a prison and pose for the camera against their will. Like that is so great. Yeah.
This is like, as a baseline, of course I want more. I want actual justice. But I didn't expect even this.
No,
I didn't
me neither,
actually
honestly.
expect mugshots.
Like I really thought
years
that
ago.
Given all the stuff that Trump in particular has gotten away with previously, like I did not expect that.
Yeah, me either. And
just the fact that there's like even a, like he will go to his grave with that picture still circulating.
Yeah,
and that is
it's going to be memed to death.
And for a man, right? And for a man who is that vain, and like who has to insist constantly that every single decision he has ever made is not only justified but was morally the right thing. Like he'll forever have that picture which says no. The court of law says wrong, and you, at the very least, needed to be examined.
Yeah. And someone who definitely cares about his image and does
his brand,
really, tries to curate it, like kind of obsessive about it, and how much, like, don't ever say he's not a billionaire, like, right? That he doesn't make as much money as he
or
does,
that he's not 6'3", 200 and what did he say? 215 pounds.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Did you see? Well, that's actually the thing that sort of pissed me off about the mugshot was, even though they made him take it, they seemed to give him a lot of privileges that no other prisoner would ever be given. Like he got to, instead of being weighed, he got to fill out his own information. So he listed himself as 6'3", he's 6'1". Again, just vanity, who cares? The reason he says that is because one of his sons is taller than him and he can't deal with that. So,
oh my God.
I forget whether it's Eric or Don Jr., but he makes him slump in pictures so that he looks taller, and he stopped listing himself as 6'1". He now lists himself as 6'3". It's just insane. And then he listed himself as 215 pounds with strawberry hair.
Wow.
I know, on a prison document, Max.
That's funny.
But imagine if Donald Trump's face weren't known by every human being in the world right now. Like, if this were just like an ordinary prisoner, they'd be looking for someone 2 inches taller with apparently supermodel good looks who is shredded to shit because he's 6'3", 215. Right? They would not be looking for this orange clown with a dyed blonde comb over with the world's biggest paunch. I mean, good God. I mean, I will remove a rib and lick my own nuts if that man weighs an ounce less than 300 pounds.
Yeah. I would agree. He's probably, yeah. I mean, definitely not less than 300. The dude has a big paunch. He's pretty fat.
And it's not even like, hey, fat equals bad. It's like, hey, why are you you're 80 fucking years old. What the hell are you clinging to where you need people to believe that you weigh 215 pounds when there are cameras on you every second of the day and we can plainly see what the fuck you look like? I mean, no one cares about your weight. Like, there's so many other heinous flaws about you that people can pick apart and, like, legitimately chastise you for. No one's gonna make fun of your weight when the rest of you is that ridiculous. You know? Jesus. Anyway, so that's the mugshot thing that's my take on the mugshots.
Yeah, it's glad it exists, but yeah, that is just like everything.
But the proof will be in the pudding,
ridiculous.
right? Yeah, like if something actually comes of the mugshot, even better. I'm willing to bet that maybe not, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't. Oh my God, now I'm just going in circles. I know one of these guys has the gold gem.
Oh God.
Because I also know Green 8 is definitely how you get out of here.
Green 8.
And this guy says they'll take you somewhere, maybe. Okay. So
get your ass in the whoopee game, make it go blammo.
So I'm pretty. Okay, let me make sure I've gone down here. I'm almost positive I have. Yes. Green. Oh yeah, definitely Green 7.
I gotta be honest, I have not been paying attention at all because it's all it's all just numbers and colors, man.
That's okay. There we go.
Hey, there it is.
What
now
do
you
have
can
to
leave.
say? Re-enter to Green 7. Okay, let's go back to Green 7. Green 4.
I'm pretty sure this level was one of the first times I made excessive use of game facts back in the day. Like I hopped on my 56K modem and I fucking waited 20 minutes for the web page to load so that I could find a fact on this game.
Nice. Is Red 7 what I want? Hey, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well done. Enter the hole. Hey, baby. Congratulations. You get to prod my holes. That's how the level ends. It just fades to black. Try harder, fuck nut.
Okay, I will. I'll go on Game Facts next time.
Just add fuck nut to the end of every sentence. Try harder, fuck nut.
I got some. So you have Mai Tai. I got a Baja Blast going.
Oh, nice. Those are the same.
It's exactly the same. You're right. Yeah,
that's the same drink. Dude, so complete change of conversation. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've gotten like weirdly into Tiki culture.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And
yeah, I mean, you were
it
talking
started with
about
the Mai Tai. Like I like unironically am all about Tiki right now. Like, I love the drinks. I love the chintzy decor that makes you feel like you're on vacation.
Nice.
I'm in. Like, of all the weird shit that I ever saw myself getting into, like, I don't know why. Fucking Tiki.
Interesting.
It's relaxing. It is.
I mean, yeah, relaxing's good.
I mean, like, that's the whole point of it. Oh god, these bosses are fucking acid trip, man.
I fucking love them.
Me too. They're so good.
Oh, the kicking thing, because it reminds me of the when they all come together.
Mm-hmm.
This is, there we go.
This is a practice round, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, Tiki, go figure, man. Like I've been making. Well, essentially all it is the drinks. Like I've been working my way through a book called shit, give me a second, my brain is farting. Nice, dude, you fucking destroyed him.
You were definitely my match, Marina.
Smuggler's Cove. So Smuggler's Cove is like the Tiki Bible. It goes through not only like the whole. It's actually a fun read. Weirdly enough, even if you haven't mixed a cocktail in your life, like it's kind of fun to read. Like the history of this, it's surprisingly interesting. Like how Tiki developed into the kind of like Tiki bars that we know today. But what it also is a very extensive recipe book.
Okay.
So it's like half cocktail cookbook, half history book, and it's a really good read. But I'm like slowly working my way through like making everything in it, and so far like I'm still all about the Mai Tai because it's so easy and so delicious. But
yeah,
like there's a lot of fun Tiki drinks out there.
Do y'all have a Tiki bar near you?
So the only one in Bloomington is more of a nightclub, but if you go on the right night, it's pretty chill.
Oh, okay.
And so, but yes, there is a Tiki bar, and actually, I think when you guys were here, I walked you guys down there and said I want to check it out and just see what it is because it had just opened.
Oh yeah.
It's we
didn't actually go in, did we? Or
no,
did we?
Because it was like a nightclub and like some 19-year-olds entered and it was like, and we could like hear the music from the stream. Like,
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm not sure if this is my jam, but I'm gonna look into it and just like see what their actual menu looks like.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is kind of funny that it's oh yeah.
Is it just
never
me?
really saw you to get into something like that, but it's very wholesome.
It is.
Surprisingly wholesome.
It's like a surprising reprieve from the rest of the fucking world right now. Also, I'm sorry, but something I just noticed. Does he have, behind the red guy here, does he have a wastebasket full of wadded up tissues?
Behind the red... Wait for it. It looks like tissues on the ground.
Hold on. No, wait until the red guy moves. There it is.
Maybe, yeah.
That is cum, right? That is just a basket full of cum.
I mean, if it was near a desk, I would think
maybe office related. But no, it's on a pillow.
It's on a pillow. Also, Marina, what are you doing?
She's not going to sit on that other one, man. She's not going to sit on the cum pillow.
Why? Also, is their house flying? It's just clouds out there most of the time. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it is a floating house.
Yeah,
but every once in a while you do see him running off into the hills behind it. So maybe he can land.
Sometimes you have hills. Yeah.
Yeah, this dude. Side note: this dude is the best boss in the game. I love him.
Oh, Marco?
Falco.
Yeah. Falco.
Just Falco.
Oh, it's just Falco. I love that they're all just like have their own agenda, and the Emperor is just like, no.
Right?
Come on, listen to me.
I can't get any of them on track.
Also, I feel like that's a glitch.
What?
The bottom of his, yeah, I think his thing is glitched out. The 3D thing up there.
I can't tell.
It's a bit complicated.
Oh,
it's black and yellow.
Oh, the black and yellow. I just assumed it was like a banner or something.
I thought you were dead. Why aren't you dead?
I fucking killed you with my fists.
Right. Har har har. Okay, yeah. As I know, there's like an artifact in the beginning when you boot this up too. So I gotta.
Is it for the Mai Tai?
Clan Sword 2. Okay.
Oh, so hey, I've got to
Shit.
update you too on the Analog Pocket.
Oh, yeah?
I've essentially put like the entire library of SNES, Genesis, and GBA games that I either love or have always wanted to play on it. And
Yeah.
like,
Nice.
I'm essentially just working my way through an entire backlog of SNES games before I go to bed.
That's awesome.
Kinda,
What have you played late? What have you played lately?
well, so I just finally, I don't know why it's taken me 30 years to beat this fucker, but I finally beat Castlevania Bloodlines on the Genesis.
Bloodlines.
We
Oh,
played an episode of it on this show.
yeah, that was with what's his face? Because obviously they were using the Belmonts.
Yeah, John Morris and Eric
I
Ricard.
really like that game, and it was the same thing with Contra. You know, where there's these games on the Genesis that are actually kick-ass.
Really fucking good. Yeah.
Yeah, Bloodlines I never beat either, so I wouldn't know. But
It's really good, and like I would put it up there with the very best of 2D Castlevania.
yeah, that's awesome.
It is a well-made game. And the fact that there's two characters with completely different play styles to go through, it's got some replay value too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. One of them has a spear, right?
Yeah,
Like-
that's Eric. Yeah, Eric Ricard.
Okay. Yeah, that's like I can't think of anyone else in the series that plays like him.
No.
I mean, there's Bloodstained. Do you have the gold gem?
And I kind of think
No.
because of his name, he was meant to be some kind of like proto Alucard or something like that, or maybe he was like Alucard in disguise. I'm not 100% sure, but like he's got a spear and he's a pretty boy, and you know that's all he needs. Go to the next area.
I remember in this stage, the gold gem is literally just someone has it.
You got to kill everyone.
No, you need to shake everyone. And
Gotta
I'm not
shake
about to
it.
do that.
Nope.
That's definitely good. Actually,
That's
now I
happening
feel like
off
the guy
camera,
with the
huh?
construction hat has it. I'm like, wait, maybe the guy with the
I
construction
don't trust
hat.
that fucker. Get him! Get him!
There's a few of them.
Get him, Max!
Save it. Now I am gonna shake everyone. Ugh, get out of here. This is where I start dying.
Just because it's gotta be like here somewhere, it's a gimme.
Because I don't think there's infinite people.
But yeah, so like I think
jetpack guy.
I think I shared with you once a year. I play through most of, if not all of, Link to the Past, and
Yeah.
this year I'm really excited to do it on my freaking Analog Pocket because
Oh yeah.
it's, you know, I've done it emulated, I've done it on a variety of systems and ports and everything, but this, other than the Super Nintendo, is probably the closest it's ever felt to like its original incarnation because of
Yeah.
the way that the Pocket is crafted.
So you've-
like
okay.
the hardware and the input and the look of it is so like 1-to-1.
What?
Hey, nice, dude. It's like
That must be.
that was luck. Yeah, it was
It must.
good.
Yeah, just give it to you at some point.
Hey, now you
I don't
can
know.
blast through the rest of the level.
Yeah, seriously.
But it's like so 1-to-1 that it's honestly like it's more like playing it on the SNES than if I were playing like the SNES Mini Classic, you know?
Oh, question. Do they have options? You might have already mentioned this. Do they have options to like imitate scan lines or anything, or how does that work?
So like on the cartridge-based games, yes. On the cores, which is essentially like souped-up emulation, no. I mean, like it also kind of depends on the core. Like I think the Game Boy Color one does, and the Game Boy Advance one does, but the SNES and Genesis, no. It's just taking advantage of the hardware and offering up a pixel perfect representation, but no like filters or scan lines or frame rate adjustments or anything like that.
Okay. So
like
why?
the whole purpose of the Analog Pocket is to basically, like for Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color games, it is on the hardware level a Game Boy released in 2023. On the cores, it's I think I don't know how to distinguish it. I think it is still emulation, but it's kind of elevated emulation where it's indistinguishable from the original because of the hardware that it's running on.
I still need to like look this thing up and see
Yeah.
like how the hardware, because it seems like kind of magic when it comes to like how it works.
Shit, I'm gonna reach over and grab it, and I can tell you what it's called real quick.
Okay. Wait, is this the bee again? Oh, wait, no, I'm riding the bee.
Okay, I got it. Oh, and the light is too dim. Okay, so you're gonna want to look up the difference between emulation and FPGA.
FPGA. Okay.
And again, I haven't read enough to really understand what the difference is, but like when you play it, you can just tell. It's one of those sorts of things. Like, you know how like when you're playing, I don't know, FF7 remake on PS4, like you really don't notice or care that it's 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden you play it on the PC or the PS5, and
it seems weird.
And it's 60 FPS, and it's like, oh shit, this is different.
Yeah.
It's exactly that. Like, and it's not like a question of frame rate or anything, because it's still the SNES or the GBA. But like when you like play it on your computer on an emulator, or even when you play like the I don't know, like the Castlevania Classic Collection, it just looks and feels a little bit different because it's a port running on non-native hardware.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it is running on a perfect facsimile of the native hardware really does make the games feel different. They feel authentic in a way that ports and emulation generally don't. And so even though there is a bigger price tag attached to it, and even though there's plenty of other systems that can put like the entire SNES, GBA, and PS1 library in your pocket, I would still recommend this thing just because it's such a trip to run these games not only portably, but in a way that feels just like you remember them from when you were a kid.
You've told me this before, but like, so you can put cartridges in it.
You can put
right?
Game Boy and Game Boy Advance cartridges. You can also buy like a little dongle that allows you to do Game Gear and like, I don't know, like some Japanese portables as well, like Wonder Swan and stuff like that. And the FPGA chip is capable of basically activating hardware that's built into the system to perfectly recreate those original experiences. So it's not like a really good emulation of a GBA. It is a GBA just with a much higher resolution.
Okay.
But they've also made the screen a perfect what's the word I'm looking for? Crap. Like the resolution is a perfect multiplier of the original resolution. So even though, yes, it is in the technical sense upscaled, it's a 1-to-1 pixel density. So like it doesn't look or feel off in any way.
Okay.
If that
But
makes
still
sense.
just like looks better. Well, as you described it, as like trying to recreate what you remember.
Correct.
But obviously, since you're used to like higher resolutions, like to make it look good, but kind of true to I guess like the original intent, what it looked like.
Exactly. And the best way that I can describe it is imagine if like the entire GBA and Game Boy original library got a free like HD remaster. And that's essentially what this looks like. It's very much the game that you remember, but like pixel-wise, it's just incredibly crisp, but not in a way that makes it look like it's being run through like emulation filters.
Okay.
And I know I'm kind of talking in circles, and that probably doesn't really help. But like the next time you're over here, I'll just like hand it to you,
look at it.
and you can like suddenly everything that I'm saying will make a little bit more sense.
Okay.
It's like,
No,
this isn't emulation. This is hardware level recreation.
I can tell this is going to be an annoying stage.
But at the same time, like the screen being like super bright and super crisp, just again makes even if it's not being polished up in any literal way, it just looks so much better than what you remember. But also like kind of how you always thought of it as. Anywho, that's the best I can do to describe it right now.
Okay. So, what did you say you've played on it recently? You say you're just playing a whole bunch of Super Nintendo games like before you go to bed.
And GBA. So like I'm still very much like working my... Oh, by the way, I was wrong on the release of Sea of Stars. It comes out this week. And so I have been playing...
Oh, shit.
I have been playing Tears of the Kingdom all week. I still haven't beaten it, though. Like, every time I say, like, okay, I'm going to go get Ganon, I get sidetracked and I do a million other things.
It's
there's so much to do.
good at that.
It is.
It is very good at that.
It's like, hey, what's over here? Or it's like, hey, for some reason, I'm just going to hunt down every piece of the wild armor and upgrade it all. Oh, I'm going to complete my battery meter today, and I did that, too.
Oh, wow.
I got all 8 battery cells. I completely maxed out the wild armor from the first game.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Which is great because you not only get like the best defense in the game for a set of armor, but you also get the upgraded attack power, which is awesome.
Yeah, I think all the
and it just looks like classic Link, which is cool.
Yeah, the things you find in the depths. As far as the ones that are okay, there it is. The ones that are based on like older or like Breath of the Wild's thing too. But there's like the Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess stuff, all of those sets. I think they all give. Because I started upgrading the hero one from like the original game.
That's what I was going to ask you. The hero one, is that meant to be the NES costume?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's cool. Because interestingly, I thought that's what the wild armor was supposed to be.
You get the wild armor in Breath of the Wild.
Right, and I thought it was a recreation of the original Legend of Zelda, like NES
it
costume.
Is. I mean, I think
what's
the only
difference,
difference,
the hero one?
The tunic is very slightly longer, and then there's shorts, like the under trousers, I guess. You can kind of see them coming out of the tunic in the wild version.
Right, the orange.
And in the other version, they're so short.
They just look like bare legs. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. It looks like he's just like has
exactly
smooth...
how he looked in the NES, right? Link's smooth, sexy thighs.
Oh yeah. I feel like
hey, so we have a first-time chatter here. Ice Kitsune says shake shake. Hello, Ice Kitsune.
That's the idea. I don't know.
It's pretty much the theme of this game.
I feel like I have to definitely catch the bomb somehow. There has to be something. So this gives me a stat. Oh no, it gives me nothing.
So going back to that real quick, the only thing that I'm not super crazy about with like all the alternate like the different versions of Link's tunic that you can get, like I would love to run around with like the Ocarina of Time tunic is like my main gear, but the defense isn't quite as good, and I don't know if you actually get the bonus, like the attack bonus, if you upgrade it all the way.
Oh, for which one? Sorry.
Like the Ocarina of Time or the Twilight Princess or any other one.
Well, I know the one I'm doing. The one I did was the NES one, and you get the attack bonus.
Oh, you do get the attack bonus. Okay, cool.
But it's
the
very
defense
like
isn't as good, right?
Well, I think they're all equally the same.
Are they? They're all 28s.
Oh, I don't know about 20. No, maybe not 28.
So the wild armor, even though like the tunic isn't as strong as the champion's tunic, when you combine it with the other pieces, they tally total more than the hero's tunic and the champion's tunic and the Hyrulean gear. Because the Hyrulean gear maxes out at 20, whereas I believe every piece of the wild armor is 28. So
okay,
yeah. So you get closer to 90. But the champion's tunic is what, 32 defense?
As a max?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's 32.
I haven't upgraded either champion's tunic. to its max.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
I don't use them very often, even though I like
really?
the upgraded one with the leathers. I like how it looks,
Uh-huh.
but I feel like I just wear pretty much everything else. Like I switch
no
between
kidding.
climbing gear. Do you have the
I
sticky?
do that, but like, so the way that I play, I don't upgrade anything else. Like, I mean, I do occasionally. Like, if I have the materials on hand and plenty of them, like I'll upgrade my climbing gear or the Zora tunic or whatever. But like, when I'm just running around or when I go into combat, I put the champion's tunic, the champion's leather, the Hyrule hood, and the Hyrule trousers on. And that has been my go-to armor for fighting.
Okay.
But now
speaking...
it's the Wild series of stuff because it's got better defense and the attack bonus.
Okay. Speaking of, what was I gonna say? What the hell? I just totally lost it. It was about armor. I don't know. One other thing I was gonna say for fighting. I think right now just how like the strongest armor piece I have is I have the metal armor from the first game.
Oh yeah, the
so
guard's armor.
Yeah, I use like the legs for that because that's what I have upgraded, and then like I don't know if you have the Fierce Deity set yet.
I don't. I've been meaning. That's probably the next thing I'm going to look for besides Killing Cannon.
every piece actually gives you attack up, so it's actually 3 times more attack. Like 30,
Ooh.
it ends up being 30% more attack up than just the attack up you get from like Wild Set or any of those sets. But I was gonna say,
no wonder I see people using that on the YouTubes all the time.
Yeah, and it looks cool too.
And
but I actually like. I just like Link being Link, most of the time. So it's only like if I find a Lionel or something that...
Which is really the other reason that I'm using the Wild armor is because as much as I mean, I don't dislike the Link redesign from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but part of me wishes that, like...
Oh, that's nice.
Like there were a part of the story, where you get the green gear and it, like, encourages you to wear it or something like...
Yeah.
Like
in the first game,
I do like the redesign, but I also kind of wish that it weren't like his new canonical design because I'm so attached to the green vest and hood look that he's had for 30 years.
Yeah, me too. I like the blue stuff, but the thing is like it's kind of like Twitter
them. Being rebranded into X. You just don't. There's some things you just don't fuck with.
Also, for them being the like defaults in both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, you don't get them very easily. And Breath of the Wild you kind of do. It's not that hard.
Yeah,
but Tears of the Kingdom,
you have to go into Hyrule Castle and like seek it out. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's kind of like
you have
for
to
being
find
the
Zelda's
thing
journal
in all the trailers.
So they do kind of expect you to revisit familiar locations. Like you go back to Hateno Village, you visit Link's house, and you just stumble upon Zelda's journal, and it's like, oh hey. So I can get my tunic back. And of course, like the average gamer is gonna be like, oh yeah, I fucking want that back. And so, yeah, you're going to Hyrule Castle and seek it out.
Yeah, and I
but
do like
right.
it
is more out of the way than it was in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's to collect. Okay, swing marker, shield, spear. Okay.
Dude, also, real quick side note, speaking of Zelda and the Analog Pocket, as much as, like, I truly think the Link's Awakening remake was quite possibly the best thing that they ever did with the Switch, there's still something really magical about Link's Awakening DX, the Game Boy Color version.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't quite know what it is. I mean, it doesn't play as well. Like, it doesn't have the same creature comforts, and the graphics certainly aren't as good. But I don't know why. It just feels more authentic
I
to me
totally get what you're talking about.
than the Switch version. Even though I acknowledge that the Switch version is better in every way.
The Switch version is awesome. I'm not gonna like diss the Switch version at all, and I like the style, the art style for sure too. But it's like charm. And I don't know if it's pure nostalgia or if it literally is.
For me, I'm sure it's nostalgia.
It probably is for me too, but it's like I definitely prefer, and I love the soundtrack. I love everything about the Switch version.
Yeah.
But I kind of prefer the soundtrack of the Game Boy version.
The bips and boops, yeah, they
bips and boops.
I don't know why it just does it for me.
Something about it. It was like getting Zelda, because I played, and I think it released after A Link to the Past. And I played it after A Link to the Past, and it was kind of just like, whoa!
It actually,
Zelda.
Weirdly enough,
portable.
that game actually started development as a portable version of Link to the Past. Like, that's how ambitious Nintendo was being. But then, like...
That doesn't surprise me.
But then, like, the more that they had to, like, tailor it to the Game Boy's hardware, the more they started to realize that, like, hey, this has its own identity. Let's make it its own game. And so that's literally how it became what we know. Oh, this guy.
There we go.
There you go.
Now he gets pissed.
Yep. What a great boss fight.
This is a good boss.
I didn't expect that, because the last time I played Link's Awakening was the Switch version. I'm like, man, this is perfect. How could it ever get any better than this? But then, like, I'm playing Link's Awakening DX on the analog, and I'm like, oh shit, like, this actually still does it for me. It does.
It's a good game.
It's not just good. I think I've shared with you, like, because of, like, the circumstances that I got it under and, like, the way that I played it, I think it's still my... even though I cherish A Link to the Past and, like... Oh, wow, he just raped you, man.
He totally, like... I have a lot more red gems than I thought.
Yeah, you do. That's better.
I'm not going to spend that much money because... Oh, God. It takes me right back into the battle.
Yeah, it does.
No, we're going back to Westworld.
But yeah, like just because of, like, inheriting it from my grandpa and like playing it nonstop on the Game Boy that I got from him, and I don't know, like, it was just kind of a perfect storm of everything. And actually, I believe it is the first Zelda game that I actually beat. I think I beat it before I beat Link to the Past.
Oh yeah,
it's actually my favorite 2D Zelda.
It took me
so consequently
forever
it's my
to beat
favorite
that
Zelda. Because, like, I'm still firmly in the 2D over 3D camp, as much as I love some of the 3D Zeldas.
Yeah, I mean, some like Ocarina and Twilight Princess are just like perfect games to me, but at the same time, yeah, I do prefer 2D. Yeah. Like, there's just something about it that I can go back to and play them. I can play A Link to the Past a few times, you know?
Yeah, well, and you know what's kind of funny is that I noticed that I really do still intend one day to finish our playthrough of Ocarina of Time, just because that game, that game deserves to be finished. It is such a good game, but I will be honest, like, when I play it, I'm keenly aware that, you know, this is an old game. And like, I love Ocarina of Time, and I always will, but playing it, I'm like, okay, this clearly is an older game where they were still getting the fundamentals of 3D game mechanics down.
Yeah.
Whereas I play Link to the Past and Link's Awakening, I'm like, this is the apex of 2D top-down exploration gaming.
Yeah. And it's like those games...
They're like mastercrafts of their genre.
Oh, yeah. And I do feel like anything from the GameCube era onward, especially from Nintendo, is pretty timeless. But the N64 definitely does age, as far as the graphics.
Oh, yeah. And don't get me wrong, like, without the N64, like, we wouldn't have any of the shit that we have today, but... You're absolutely right. Like, those games, even Mario 64, which I think holds a more special place in my heart overall than even Ocarina of Time. Like, when we played through that on this channel, I had to admit that, like, there were some things that, you know, just don't feel as good as they did in '96.
Yeah. Or, like, when you played Sunshine, that was definitely, like, 64 for sure.
God. Well,
Sunshine you would expect.
Though, like, I didn't quite have the same nostalgia goggles for. I like the game, and I think it's a very pretty game and fun. But, man, if I do not... I have never been able to tolerate, like, some of the bullshit in that game's level design.
Yeah. Me either. And I've never beaten Sunshine.
I did, but only on the GameCube and only, like, in a drunken haze at Aaron's house.
Nice.
like that's more my memory of Sunshine. It's just like discovering alcohol.
Discovering a reason for alcohol.
Right. God, man,
No,
yeah, that
this-
game made me drink. It really did.
I remember being just very disappointed. And the thing is, Mario Sunshine's not a bad game. I get it. But I remember just the demos I played of it before, like at kiosks when that was still a thing. It was like a thing of just the like puzzle parts where
Yeah.
you didn't have flood, and so I didn't know a flood was a part of the game.
Yeah.
And
Oh, by the way, Ice Kitsune, real quick, interjects. He did not realize that Mirko still takes damage while he still has his spear.
yeah, he does.
That's kinda
And that's actually the way, pretty much the main way we used to beat him. As
I remember
kids, was
that.
just the shield. It would take forever.
It would
But
take
yeah,
her. I thought this was just a really obnoxious boss fight, and it is, but it's
It
fun.
is, yeah. But yeah, the spear is so much quicker if you
Yeah.
can get it away from it. It's just, I kind of sucked that time. There we go.
There you go. Anyways,
this-
you were saying beforehand,
What was I saying?
Link,
Is it about
Awakening,
Zelda or
Mario,
Oh,
Sunshine?
yeah, just like, oh,
shit.
there's some, I throw one of those back. Maybe it has to be like, ow, 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 God.
Oh God!
Jesus. Oh, no.
Damn! Oh no!
Stop.
My
Okay,
ass!
I can dash. All right.
So while you're sidetracked with this guy here, controversial opinion on my part. So going back to 2D Zelda for a second,
There we go.
Nice. I am firmly in the camp that Minish Camp stands tall right next to Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. I will say,
Yeah.
I love that game.
I need to play Minish Cap more, and I actually am playing it. I am not far at all. But
Oh,
I'm,
dude.
I'm
Like-
playing it on
Like,
Switch.
don't play anything else for a while. Just get like balls deep into it, and trust me, like after the initial like setup of like the mini stuff, and once you get that figured out, it is such a freaking love letter to 2D Zelda.
Yeah.
Probably
and,
more than anything that's come after it.
It's Sekisune? Is that how you pronounce it?
Ice.
I would
I was
agree.
reading it as Ice Kitsune,
Oh, Ice Kitsune. That's definitely what it is. Okay.
but now watch me be wrong.
No, Ice Fox. That makes sense. That was definitely the hardest boss for me too in this
Oh, yeah.
game. Like the Megazord. Okay, Chris is.
Sweet.
I'm definitely not.
Ultra Intergalactic
Yeah.
Marina. Sorry.
And you know what? I thought there was like 7 worlds. I think
you're near the end here, man.
I think there's like only 2 or 3 stages left.
I think next
but
time
I think next time
you're gonna get some
on
gold gems, and we're gonna get
Play
the actual
Hits,
ending.
I was about to say the next time I'm gonna get an S rank on at least a few of these stages.
I would if I
and
were
get
you.
all the gold gems.
Yeah.
Because right now I think we're basically gonna see, hey, let's have a celebration.
And
Yeah.
then they did, and it was
And then
cool.
they
Trust me, it was awesome.
Oh, there's gonna be some plot points coming up here if
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember
shit.
correctly. And
Maybe you should
I
save
think-
state. We should just like start with the plot next time.
Yeah, we could.
Dude, I still want
Oh.
like the whole story though on like his bucket of cum tissues though.
I don't think you're gonna get that, at least in the English version. I mean, I doubt anywhere.
No, but like I want to know like from a developer interview or anything. Like, is he just supposed to, like maybe they didn't translate it in the English? Is he just supposed to be like some raging old perv? Because I kind of get that feeling. Like I feel like all
I
of the
think
elements,
so.
all of the evidence is there that this guy is just a total deviant.
I don't think they're very subtle about it.
No, but like
uh,
in the English, you know, in 1996, they had to be like, oh no, he's just a playful old grandpa. No, I think this dude is some coked out sex criminal.
You know, I think
Look
it's
at
like, do you remember Ray, Sailor Mars from
Yeah.
Sailor Moon? It's kind of like her grandpa in the English version. You
Oh,
could tell
he's just
he
like
was
an innocent,
off.
happy old man, but no.
He was goofy, basically. Maybe with like a slight kind of like, oh, you know, I like the ladies.
But in the
and
Japan,
in the
he's a straight up
Japanese version,
pedophile.
he's,
Yeah,
he's just like a pedo. Yeah,
he's just a straight pedophile.
maybe that's the situation here.
Yeah, where this dude just built a robot daughter in order to fuck it. Ice Kitsune writes, I mean, every time Maria rescues him, he tries to grow. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the pieces are there. It's
The
all there.
pieces are there.
It's just I don't think my 10-year-old brain would ever wrap its mind around hey, maybe this old man wants something besides a hug. Oh God. The hearts in his eyes and everything. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yep.
Fucked up. All right.
Oh,
well,
weird.
Next time we're
missing
gonna...
a message. You saw something. I just see you reading it correctly, and the hearts in his eyes. But yeah, my T-Mobile's been.
He built her for more than
weird.
just to be a maid. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
And so next time,
unless it's made in the
the French sense.
J-Vast,
yeah, the reason the French people
the
have
H-game
maids.
sense. Yeah.
So next time on Play the Hits, we're gonna risk our lives to save this sex maniac.
Let's do
it.
What else? He's family, I guess.
He's family.
Oh, that makes it worse.
Can't
God,
change family.
Dear God. I see you next time.
Later, buddy. I'm gonna go take a shower.